let's get into our top 5.
Let's do it.
All right.
So the clues are Dr. Dre, O'Shea, and Easy.
Wonder what movies they were in.
Straight out of Little Cash.
Straight out of Little Cash. CB4.
Wow, number 5, really?
Yeah.
So
I get that. I just the whole. I don't know. The whole way they put the story together was amazing to me. Like you felt every way or every scene how they like, especially when Dr. Dre was making the music.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was like hard to me. That I was connected with that shit.
Yeah, and I think it helps too because it's like it's our era. In a sense, I mean, we were babies when it came out, but still, like we kind of grew up with that music, and they're still relevant today. So it was kind of
I'm when it comes to music, I'm so West Coast biased. So it's like I fucking loved it.
Yeah, so that added to it.
Loved it.
Yeah, and it helped that the story was told well and the acting was really good.
Right. Sometimes something has to give, but it's like they really took their time and did everything right with it.
Yep.
Sometimes you be like, but this motherfucker.
Eazy-E, the guy that played Eazy-E was so amazing. And
Jason Mitchell, yeah.
And even Ice Cube's son did good playing him, so it was like it was all
for his first movie. That shit was like amazing. Like, dude, you thought he was Ice Cube for a minute. Like he did good.
You look like him, talk like him. I mean,
and that's very like
who would better role?
You have what do you call it? High hopes for that because it's like that's your dad. You should be able to do him.
You should know this motherfucker, and he clearly knows.
Could have really fucked that up.
Ice Cube was like, if you want this role, you got to earn it. So you got to
right. Like, so he made him go through the process of it.
Yeah,
so there was no bullshit around it.
Yeah, it was like nepotism's not going to get you through. You got to work for this shit.
Yeah,
so, yeah. So that was an amazing movie. All right, I'll go next. Goldfish.
I like the drama you just did. She went.
My turn to shine.
Goldfish. Cocaine out of an ass crack.
Yes, Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street.
And what's it called? Hot Lock.
You know what? And that's like an honorable mention for me because I was going to do it, but then I was still like, I don't know if we could do that because didn't they change some of the names?
Yeah, but they do that with biopics. Like everything, some things are kind of exaggerated or changed, but it's still their story. So.
Yeah, no, that was honorable mention for me. Like for sure.
That movie was great. That movie, it was a little too long because it did get to a point where it was like, oh shit, it's not over yet. But Leo in that fucking movie.
We talked about that.
Leo in that fucking movie. That when he's on the Quaaludes and he's going down the stairs to get into his car.
He was like, get the lewds.
And I love the scene where he's pop locking.
It's not too long though.
Love that scene.
But it's like it reminds me of like a Goodfellas. It's not too long because it's so good all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's only too long when you get to a point where you're like, all right. But I never got to a point in there.
I'll say
it was at the very end when
that was like really that I was waiting to end. Wolf of Wall Street, I think there should have been a couple minutes that could have been taken out.
I remember exactly when it got to that point for me because it seemed like it was over and then it picked back up. I was like, oh shit, I thought it was over. Like, come on now. And it was when he kind of hit rock bottom and he was doing like a promo or a commercial or something and he kind of flipped out. That's at that point I was like, okay, this can end now and I'll be fine. But it was still a good ass movie though. And Jonah Hill was fucking ridiculous in that movie.
Jonah Hill was hilarious.
When he came out, when he at the pool party and he came out and his dick was hanging out.
No, that definitely, it almost made my list. Yeah. Almost, so it's honorable.
That's honorable my number 5.
Moving on?
Yep.
All right, my turn. All right, number 5. Say James Brown. Sex Machine.
Get on up.
Yep. Like Sex Machine.
How
Yep.
you just started with James Brown?
Right. That's supposed to be the third clue.
I just thought
You could have said Chadwick Boseman, and we would have been like,
Yeah.
okay, what?
Nah,
Yeah,
I was like,
Chadwick did hell of them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
You know what? Get On Up almost annoyed me how they jumped around in the story. Because remember, I told you that's what I didn't like about the Elton John movie, when they were just unexplainably jumping around in the movie. But it worked in the James Brown movie, though. That's what's crazy. It worked in there. It didn't work in the Elton John movie.
Get On Up for me. When I saw it, I was like, that was good. He was great in it, but I didn't feel the need to watch it again.
Yeah, it's not one you're gonna run to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, it would be. That's why it's on number 5.
And, well, you also have a thing for Chadwick, so.
Oh yeah, dude! Like that was like. I won't say anything else until the next movie on my list.
I already know.
Spoiler alert. See, that's why I don't like doing spoilers, because
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now, to me, like what I think I liked about Get On Up, I like, of course, I like the music. I like when it was it's funny when it needed to be and serious when it needed to be. There was a lot of stuff I didn't know, like with these biopics. There's a lot of shit I didn't know, like all these famous people went through, like in Ray, Walkline, or even James Brown. But I thought Chadwick Boseman did a really great job as James Brown. Like I thought, me personally, I thought he should have been nominated. Compared to,
he wasn't.
I forgot who else was nominated. He was not. Nah, I think maybe for a Golden Globe. He wasn't nominated for Academy Award.
You know why he wasn't nominated? It was the way the movie was made. Because like I said, it's unorthodox. It's not a like if you watch Ray, it's straight through. It's a story. But with Get On Up, it's like jumping here, jumping there. It kind of gives you a music video feel more than it does a movie.
Yeah, well, see, like when they do that, there's been movies where I do get confused, but I think it's like, I don't know if it was like what kind of style they would like. You know how like certain things that they wear, certain outfit, you'd be like, okay, obviously they're back in like this time.
You could tell what period it's in.
Yeah. Like there have been movies where it jumps around. I'm like, where the fuck is this going? I used to get
but you got it. That's what I'm saying, because like a lot of people won't appreciate that. That's why I say like I'm gonna keep comparing it to fucking the Elton John movie. With that, I didn't appreciate it because it's like, dude, you just jumping everywhere. Like I can't even know what the fuck's going on.
I just thought he was just like when he was in the room. What's it called? Was getting counseling session or whatever. I just thought like I thought that was about the time. Yeah, when he was in that group therapy, and then every time it went from him being a kid to growing up, I thought that was just like one straight line. But it does jump around where it's like 1 minute he's this age and then next minute he jumps like he's older. So maybe you think it was like there was like a pacing to where it went too fast.
It's like if you don't care enough, then you don't care. Like there's probably a lot of people that don't care enough about James Brown's story to keep paying attention to this jumping around shit. It's like with me, it's like they jump to here and then he's dealing with some shit from like back in the day, some black shit, and then he's over here dealing with the music thing. So you have to care about everywhere they're jumping. But if you don't, it's like if with Elton John, I won't say I didn't care, but I didn't connect to the whole shit. And then his big story is how he's blossomed into this big gay singer that like I'm showing the world I'm coming out. But they just did like a streamline into that. It was just like he played the piano, he put on the costume, put on another costume, then he was just like out. They didn't really show the boldness coming into that.
The what?
They didn't show him being bold enough to come into that. Like that was a big thing. What he was doing was big.
More gayness to the movie?
No, just more of a give more of the shock factor, because I'm sure a lot of people didn't accept it.
Yeah, that's another thing that's the issue with movies today is like they're trying to. I guess people try to cater to China, or is it just Disney? Because there's certain people that don't feel comfortable doing that. So it's like some filmmakers probably want to go all out, but the producers are like, nah, you can't do this because some people might not like that in the movie.
It's not go all out, but it's like show where he got bold enough to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have to be bold enough to yeah, he was gay, but he was like super flamboyant. It's like show him be bold enough to do that. It was just like he
It
was
just
like on
happened.
stage playing the piano. Yeah, it just happened. He was playing the piano, then it just like transitioned into him being bright and colorful. It was like there was no
no like him
over.
be like, I want to try this out. Let me just pick
Right.
this up a bit, and then later on, I'm gonna try this with that. Yeah,
because that was a big thing for them, like for him to come out and be that outright with it.
Yeah, well, it's like maybe if they did like I don't know, like if they did a 3-hour movie, they could do that. But I have things with 3-hour movies. Obviously, like everything Martin Scorsese does, I like, but they are a little bit too longer than they should be. Because I could be interested in something, but I also can lose interest if you kind of just
it just depends on how it's put together.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But I'm saying that's a big part of the story. Like, okay, like in James Brown's story, it was a big thing for him to take all his own money and put on the show, and they made sure to let you know he took all of his own money and put on that show, and he paid everybody for that album. It's like that's a big part of his story.
So kind of like
because it was never done before. With Elton John, nobody was doing that bright ass, like openly flamboyant shit. Nobody was doing that. So it was like
Liberace.
Right, but I don't even know. I haven't even seen I've never seen Liberace before. But it's like you see. Yeah.
Wait, what?
But I'm just saying, it's like that was a big thing for their story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for his story in particular. But they kind of just like transitioned through that.
I felt that way about like what's it called, Bohemian Rhapsody. They kind of rushed through a lot of things and not really show like
the struggle and how they got to
yeah.
Like, they kind of just became a hit and
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you skim over certain parts. They were more focused on stupid shit with the wife and the guy that tried to look like him. That's what their main focus was. It was like, we care about how they became like famous with the music.
Yeah. It was cool to see that they were like different and they were trying to break through with their originality, but it didn't. The only thing it showed was what's his name, Mike Myers, kind of telling them they're not going to do well and they're not going to be anything. But then that was it. After that, it was they were a success. So I see what you mean.
Shoot, we got on the rant again.
Did you want to say anything else about Get On Up, Josh?
No, that's pretty much.
Are you at a rave?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, you got scary movies going on? What's going on?
I put on. Remember that movie you thought was called Judge Dredd, but it was Demolition Man.
Yeah.
So it's on Netflix. I put that on for the time.
They got Demolition Man on Netflix.
It was flashing on your face.
Yeah, it's at the part where they're trying to have sex with the thing on their head.
That shit was hella funny.
And it was just like,
she was like, we can't do it the old-fashioned way. She's like, no, this is it.
All right.
Okay, so my number 4, My Girl, Otis, and
Temptations.
There you go. Thank you, because I could not think of another.
See, when I said I know you're 2, that was one of them. So I was right about one.
Yeah,
I've never seen that movie.
I fucking love that movie. If you love if you love 5 Heartbeats, you'll love Temptations.
Because isn't 5 Heartbeats kind of like a play on the Temptations? Because the 5 Heartbeats
it seems like it's a play off of like all the other old school like singers like the Temptations.
Yeah, but it's kind of sort of, but Temptations story is like way more fucked up, way more fucked up. Because nobody's alive except for Otis. Like everybody else is dead.
Is it David Ruffin?
Yeah.
He's from the Temptations, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that was. He was the one that was in Detroit. The character, you remember that movie Detroit when they were at the hotel? All that fucked shit was happening with the cops. He was one of the people that was in the house. That's why
he was there.
That's why he left the group, because he was all fucked up from what happened to him at that hotel.
No, that was not David Ruffin.
I thought it was the guy that played Ralph Tresvant played him.
You talking about that? You talking about that guy's from
Yeah, no.
From
I know you're talking
the
about
Dramatics. From the
Yeah,
Dramatics.
the Dramatics. Yeah, the Dramatics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was somebody from one of the groups that was that left the group because he was fucked up from that event.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought it was the
Dramatics.
Temptations guy. So what happened? What was David Ruffin? What was his big thing?
He was addicted to drugs, and he ended up getting. They just found him dead somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Shoot.
Everybody in the original group is dead except Otis Williams.
Is it
And they all die in fucked up ways.
Oh,
like
really?
drug overdose or just?
It's like drug overdose, alcohol. The guy kills himself. Fucking the deep voice guy. I think he just died. He was like going through like something where he kept getting shots and shit, and then he died, and then the other guy died from cancer.
Did they all die before the movie was made, or?
Yeah.
So they touch on all of that in the movie then. I'm gonna have to watch
No,
that.
they show everything because there's actually the Temptations are still around. Like Otis kept replacing everybody after they died. So today the Temptations are still around.
Okay, but the original ones, that's what the movie's about, and it talks about how they all died.
Yeah, it talks about how they came together, and then what all of the bullshit they went through, all the way to the end. All of the bullshit.
Isn't Leon in that too, or is that somebody else from you?
He's David Ruffin.
Okay.
Okay, maybe
it's funny
that's
he's
why
Five
name
Heartbeats
sticks out.
and he's in Temptations. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in both.
Yeah.
But it's a good ass movie. If you love Five Heartbeats, you will love the Temptations. You will fucking love the Temptations.
Oh, yeah, that's hyping it up. You know, Five Heartbeats is Tasha shit.
I'm hyping that shit up, and I love Five Heartbeats though. I love Five Heartbeats though, so it's hand in hand with me. I love them both.
All right, I have to find that.
Actually, my 4 through 2 is like almost a tie. Like I could barely separate all 3 of them.
It was hard to put them in order.
Yeah, I kind of just threw it on there and just closed my eyes because I feel almost the same about all 3 of those ones in the middle.
You're all talking to the list like, it's okay, I love you all equally.
I'm telling you. I'm like, I apologize to whoever disagrees for this moment. It's just the moment. It's just the moment.
Okay. What clues can I give for my number 4?
Straight Outta Compton.
Play.
Dreamgirls.
Oh. Aaron Burr. And
Hamilton. Now, okay, so that's
a bio.
I don't know if that's a biopic. I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah. I think that's more of a musical. That's more of a musical.
No, it's a musical, but it's a real story. It's a real story.
About
but the story is kind of bullshit. Hamilton was white. Everybody in that story is white in real life.
But it's about a real person.
I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah.
Portrayed by actors.
But they're all white in real life. Like, that's a big thing to change.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, man.
I don't know any other biopic where they say it's Straight Outta Compton featuring 4 white guys or, vice versa.
It's like Malcolm X starring Tom Hanks. You'll be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm trying to think. What about that one movie with where Angelina Jolie played a black woman? That was a biopic, I think.
What was that?
It was also trashed by critics too. So,
but it was still about a person
Jolie
played by an actress.
A black woman.
It was a light-skinned black woman. So Angelina Jolie like resembled her because she was very fair-skinned, the woman that she portrayed. But Angelina Jolie, a white woman, played. I don't know if the woman was biracial or if she was just very fair-skinned, but she was a black lady, and Angelina Jolie played. What
the fuck? I never even
And
heard of that.
then Zoe Saldana, who is whatever she is, Afro-Latina, played Nina Simone.
But they still black. They still black.
Hamilton counts.
Yeah. And Nina Simone was terrible too.
you picked like the worst 2 movies. I
don't care. I know they both got bad reviews.
None of those movies are on anybody's list. I mean, maybe, but
they both got trashed, but
I don't know if Hamilton make. I don't know. I don't know. That's a reach.
Yeah, that's
sticking
debatable.
with it because I love that movie. I absolutely love it. That's 3.5 hours that I don't get bored with.
I don't know about that
I don't
one.
know about, yeah, I don't know about, yeah, for real.
I don't know. You can have it. Whatever.
Yo,
Whatever.
you'll love getting in the way of like.
We should put a poll on here and be like, does Tasha's
We
number
need
4
to.
count?
We need
we
to.
will. All right.
We
I'll
need
stop the
to.
video,
I don't know
pause
about
it,
that.
and it'd be like, yes or no.
Yes, yes or
You
no.
guys can argue about it being a biopic or not, but the movie's fucking amazing. You can't argue that.
Oh.
So.
Oh no, it is amazing. But
Even if everybody else says yes, Tasha's still not gonna listen to it. There's no point of doing that.
Like, what do you guys think? I don't even care what you think. So.
Yeah,
right.
You'd be like,
I never gave a
100.
shit anyway. I just wanted to see what you guys thought. I really didn't care.
Only one person said yes. Who is that? Tasha. Okay.
But then if they do agree with me, I'm gonna be like, see, they said.
I don't know about that one. Man.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's my number 4. Who's next?
Okay. I guess I am. Okay. Well, shit. You have me have second thoughts about my list. Okay. Baseball.
42.
Yeah. Oh wait, you let me finish.
You
Lamar.
said Chadwick. You said Chadwick before.
Oh, what was your first move? Baseball?
Yeah,
baseball.
I actually said 42 when he said my number 4. I was like 42.
Number 4, 2. My number 4, T2.
42.
He didn't hear me.
I haven't seen that either.
That was really good. That one
was a good
introduced me
movie.
to Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is?
That was his first one, right? If I'm not mistaken,
I think
that was the first
one of his first big ones. And I remember when I went to the mall in Fremont, and some random dude was like, "Hey, I want you to check this trailer out and tell me what you think about it." About Jackie Robinson. I'm like, okay. I thought
a random guy.
It was like some guy trying to get like people's thoughts on like what I think of the trailer. Like asking me like take a survey after I saw the trailer, and I was thinking like, wait, nobody's in this shit. Nobody's gonna see this. And then I found out Harrison Ford was in it, and that was the big name. Him and Casey Jones were in it. And
really?
Yeah, and I thought Chadwick Boseman. I was like, I don't know where he's from, and I really liked him in that one. So that's what introduced me to Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, he was really good.
He did a good job in that one.
When it came out, I was like, I don't want to see this kind of movie. Like, I don't want to see.
I love seeing those
that
kind of
takes
movies.
place in this time period.
It's I've seen like it's bad in it, but I've seen a lot worse in other movies where it's like fuck, turn it down. Yeah, so that's the only reason
why I didn't watch it when it first came out. I mean, I just haven't had a chance.
I like seeing those movies because it shows where they come from and then how they get through it. That's why I like seeing it. If they just stuck in that place, then it's like fuck this. But it's like when they transition on to being better, I like seeing that shit.
Yeah,
That's actually what made me love Lovecraft. How it started like that. It started showing you like they're in this fucked up time before all of this shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not trying to tone it down like Disney would in certain movies. Where
did you guys see when he was talking about the future? He was like, "Yeah, white people out there going crazy, riding and shit." That shit was stupid.
Yep, that sounds right.
All right, so that's pretty much shit for me.
Oh, my number 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. Tito, Joe, and Reby.
Was it All American Dream or An American Dream?
All American.
All
An American Dream.
Okay.
See, I knew both of your movies. Now what?
You don't know the third one. You don't know the third one.
That is the third one. That was the third one.
3 TV movies.
You said 2.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you said 2.
I just looked at it again. There's 3.
Oh, well, you initially said 2, and I said I know both of them.
Anyways, I grew up on this movie. I watched the movie like 2 million times, and I'll still watch it again. I fucking love this movie.
I think I saw it once when it first came out, and I just remember Jason Weaver.
Yeah.
He was Michael. And the Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah.
The moonwalk.
Terrence Howard. It was Terrence Howard's first movie.
He was Joe Jackson, right?
Terrence Howard?
He was one of the brothers.
I think
Lawrence
Fishburne he was no, not Lawrence Fishburne. No, Lawrence Fishburne was in What's Love Got to Do With It.
Lawrence Fishburne was not in.
He was in What's Love Got to Do With It. As
he was Jackie.
No.
Terrence Howard was Jackie.
Yeah,
Terrence
you were
Howard
the
was
older
not in
brothers.
that movie. Terrence
Who-
Howard was not in that movie.
Who's the actor that plays Joe? I think
The
he's
guy
somebody
with the
that
big
kind of.
eyes. The guy with the big eyes from
He does look familiar, but it's not.
from
I
Cooley
don't
High.
know. I don't know his name, but I'm picturing him now.
He's from Cooley High. It's
No,
Terrence Howard was not. I mean,
no. Lawrence Fishburne was Ike
Lawrence
Turner.
Fishburne.
Ike Turner
Yeah.
and What's Love Got to Do with It.
That's another
But yeah, I
honorable
remember,
mention. It didn't make my list. That's another honorable though.
That was a good one
What
too.
else do? Because I remember the scene where the mom is leaving, and
Angela
I think
Bassett?
Michael runs out of the house after her. or
Oh
something.
yeah, Angela Bassett.
So
Angela
I remember
Bassett.
parts of the movie, but I didn't grow up watching it, so I haven't seen it.
I've seen that movie, so I can tell you it line by line. I've seen that movie so many fucking times.
Yeah, man, it's like freaking 5 hours long, but it's really good because it
It's
shows
long
you
as shit. Because
before.
when it came
like
out,
when,
it was 2 days. So you
Mhm.
watched it the first day on ABC, then you had to wait till the next day to watch it on ABC.
Don't they show it to where what's his name? Joe Jackson meets the mother. Like it shows you from there.
The first one they show all of the struggles they went through, like him and the mother, all the way up to it's like they get robbed. And then the next episode is like Jason Weaver comes in, he's Michael Jackson in the studio. So they pick up from there and then they go all the way up. They kind of show them before they got noticed, and then they show them right when they got noticed in the next one.
Well, I just remember Joe Jackson got mad because one of them broke the guitar. And he's like, "Who's that?"
That was when they were kids.
Yeah, and he's
That's
just
when
like,
they were kids.
He's like, Tito. He sold his ass out.
Oh, his snitching ass.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna get my ass whooped for shit.
That's what we always talked about. Jermaine tattletelling ass. He told on everybody. He was a snitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you grew up with it, you can't live without that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's not. I'm not saying it's better than Temptations. It's like right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all three of these are like right there for me.
Yeah, I was more of a Jackson 5. Like I listen to more of their songs than Temptations. Temptations only listen to a few songs. Not dogging it, not saying they're bad. It's just
no. It's but if you watch the movie, then you'll. It's not even about the music. It's about the movies.
Do you think American Dream had the better structure, or just did a little bit more?
Structures, it's about the same.
Oh man, shoot. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ooh,
there's no.
If I know what your other one is, Lamar. No, I don't think that would be number 2. We're on 3 right now, right?
Yeah,
I'm on 3. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What I'm thinking, I don't think it would be your number 2, so I don't know.
Stop trying to guess mine and tell us yours.
I might know.
It better not be no more bullshit. She's gonna be like Grease. Like, no, that's not it.
No, but it was based off a guy who had the same name.
After we're done, I'll tell you what I almost thought your number 2 was.
All right.
All right. So my clue is a quote for my movie. So my number 3, Eat the Cake anime.
What's love got to do with
it? That's with Lawrence Fishburne.
That's Lawrence Fishburne. And like I said, it's classic. It's classic for the wrong reasons. It's like it's classic because Lawrence Fishburne played the role so good that you laugh at him, but it's really fucked up. It's like it's not funny, but he's funny.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
He's so fucked up.
Yeah, he's funny because he's so fucked up.
Well, I never seen him that fucked up in a movie before. He's always like the good guy.
Always the good guy.
Yeah,
he's always like the dad character.
Yeah. Hey, and also they were a couple in or they split up in Boys in the Hood, right? Yeah.
But it was fascinating in a like not a good way. Just like seeing what happened to her, like
just it's the shots they gave you was so fucking real. Like, so it's like you didn't find it funny until you grew up, but when it came out, it was just like, oh, this is fucked up.
What everybody kept on saying, "Eat the cake," anime. Like that was one thing I remember everybody kept on saying. That when we watched
later on, it's funny later on, but in the
the
moment, you just like, oh, this guy's fucked up. Like
what happens isn't funny. It's just like
the part that had me cracking up is not the part where like I guess he's beating on her and then she fights back. But when they're walking in the hotel and they have bruises all of them have bruises on there,
They're
like trying
both
to
all
act
fucked up.
nonchalant about like, hey, we just going to our room.
Hey, you know what's
And,
funny? He never even says "eat the cake" anime.
He just says eat the cake,
somebody,
or no, he just
and
puts
somebody,
the cake in there.
Yeah, somebody else says anime, just eat the cake. Like somebody else is saying that.
Yeah.
And then this cake real
But
good.
everybody says eat the cake anime.
Cake
Everybody
anime.
says that. It's like when people say when they what do they call that, the Morgan Freeman effect? Is that what it's called? Where they say like something you think happened never really happened. What do they call it?
Something,
I don't know.
I forgot what it's called, but like, yeah, there's been quotes where people think they say it this way, and it's a different way. Like even
the whole
Jaws,
Luke, I am your father shit. Like they was like, he never said that.
No, he says I am your father. Or Jaws, it's like we're gonna need a bigger boat, but he says you're gonna need a bigger boat. And I was like, I thought it was weird. Sounds the fucking same. So either way, somebody needs a bigger boat. I don't know what that's
called. I've never heard that being called the Morgan Freeman effect.
I remember
it's something like that.
It could be like that. Yeah.
What the fuck is it called? It's the sum effect.
It just kind of
combines.
It combines quotes together,
or makes quotes that don't actually exist.
No, it's not even just quotes. No, it's not even quotes. It's like everything. Like they were like, it never said Captain Crunch. It was actually Captain Crunch. It never said Captain Crunch.
Wait, what?
You know the box of cereal Captain Crunch. It never said Captain Crunch. It always says Captain Crunch.
Captain.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, not Captain. Captain.
Yeah.
So people say Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Right. People would be like, no, it actually said that. And it'd be like, it never said that. It's like something they call it because they got YouTube videos on it where they just show you hella shit. Like you remember it like this. It was never like this.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you you go down a rabbit hole looking at it.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
Is it the Morgan? Why would it be the Morgan Freeman effect? It's somebody's name.
We'll look it up. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Not the Mandela
it's somebody's
effect.
Name. Mandela effect.
Okay, Mandela
because
effect.
Everybody thought Mandela died in jail, and then he actually died like years later, and they were like, no, he already died.
Oh, so like you said, so it's like you remember it one way, but that's not actually how it was.
It never happened that way. So they show hella examples of it, and you'll be like, nah.
So you thought you heard it a certain way, but it wasn't the right way you heard it from.
No, not heard it, seen it, heard it, remembered it, everything. They'll be like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that was my number 3.
Okay.
I don't know how we got to Mandela, but
we're back. Cake anime.
Yeah, bro. Anime, just eat the cake.
But yeah, no, she was amazing in that. I think that was. I know I've seen Angela Bassett in movies before that, but I think that was like my big Angela Bassett movie. Like she is fucking amazing. So.
Yeah,
I felt that way. I felt that way in the Jackson 5 movie.
That's the first time I was like, damn, man. I mean, I was like, Lauren Fishburne actually.
Oh yeah, she was buff to the motherfucker. She was like ripped.
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead, Josh.
Okay, all right. Middleweight, boxing,
Hurricane,
prison. Yeah.
I was about to say Ali. I was about to say, really, Ali?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
No.
That wouldn't be on your list, though. That wouldn't be on your list.
That's why I didn't think about Hurricane. I was thinking Ali, and I was like, I don't think that's right.
Well, that's one where it does a good job at because it jumps around too.
Mm-hmm.
But I never once was confused on what the timeline was.
But it jumps around to makes sense with the story to jump around.
Yes, it flows smoothly because it's like it's a biopic, and the first half's like a biopic of Hurricane Carter, and then the second half is like Hurricane Carter and the boy that found the book that read about him.
Right.
I actually read that book, so it's like two biopics in one, sort of like Hurricane, what he did before he got arrested, and then during the time where they were trying to reopen his case so he'd be released. I forgot what the guy's name was, but I've watched that several times. I really like it.
Yeah, I watched it like twice, but it's a good ass movie.
Yeah,
that one is a little long. That one's a little long for me too. That one is a little long.
See, that's for me. For me, it's long, but I like it because I just
you wrapped into it. You're in the story.
Yeah.
Does it as far as the jumping around? Does it make it obvious to know where it's taking place? Like, you know, sometimes they'll change like the coloring or they'll have a beard in one time.
And here's the fucked up part. It's like when he's in prison, it's like that's the modern time. He's in prison in modern times. But then they go back to where like 1 minute he's like, because he served the military, and before that they show him as a kid because he's been to jail several times. But I can tell when he's in jail and back in the day. So it's not.
So is that the
complicated.
difference? Is the modern time it takes place in jail? So
because
when
he's
not in
prison
jail,
the whole time.
They do a good job of aging him too for the scenes. So it's like you know when it's now compared to then.
Yeah, looks old as shit. Yeah, and then also it's like it's weird because like the kid who's reading the book that Hurricane, like when he's reading it, they're showing you what happens back in the day, and when they're done with the book, then it shows you modern time. So I thought that was a cool little spin on it.
That kid was from Dangerous Minds.
And it's like, that was the kid, huh?
Yeah.
The main guy. And I never got why, as a kid, I was like, why is he going out hanging out with like? Cause he went to Canada.
I still didn't get that part. Like I don't know why.
Right now, like they were like, I forgot what they were, but they noticed he was really smart. They just needed to be educated more. They could have paid for his education. So the parents let him go live with the 3 white guys in Canada.
It's just random as shit.
Yeah. They don't really. They kind of like rush through it because it's like they don't really spend time with him, like knowing that he's a student that could be well educated. Yeah. They just kind of like show up like, hey, your son could be, educated if you went with us, and they kind of just said okay. Yeah. The father was like, nah, fuck that, but at the same time he's like, okay, I want my son. If these people can provide him a better education, then maybe he'll have a better life ahead of him. But they rush that part, and then that's when they take him to because they even edit that part out. But like 1 minute he's going with the white guys to get a book, and then they show a flashback of him talking to his parents. So even they have like a little flashback. So, but it wasn't confusing because I kind of knew what was going on.
They let you know. It's not confusing because they let you know what's going on when it's not just out of nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. If you're interested in it, then you'll like think about it. But if you're not, like, what fucking timeline is this? Right. I don't care. I'm done.
No, that's a good one. Number 2. Let's see if Tasha was right. Instead of 3 clues, I'm gonna say 5. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
I was right. I didn't think that would be number 2 though.
This movie, like when I saw it, it took me back to being a little kid. And I fucking loved because I loved every song from them pretty much. So that one, like,
when they first came out to when they were adults to
when they first came out, I was just born, so I didn't have too much time with them. But growing up with it, I was like, yeah, this is. And it's funny because I suggested that they make it like 2 years before they made it because they were doing all these biopics. I was like, why don't they do a new edition one? And then it came out like 2 weeks because they were doing like fake clips of it. Like people would make a fake trailer for it, and the trailer would look hella clean though. But they never did anything with it. And then Michael Bivins announced like, yeah, we actually doing a movie. So this one like was stuck. My kids were stuck on it for like a whole month. We just kept watching it back to back.
Because it was over 2 or 3 days.
It was like 3 days.
Was it 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what. Because I thought about this movie when we were talking about the Jackson 5 movie. Because I was like, did they do it as kids and then like was the first part as kids and the second part as adults? And then it made me think of New Edition. I was like, I think that's his number 2.
Yeah, because they start kids, it goes kids, teenagers, adults.
Yeah.
And they show all the fucked up shit they went to. Yeah. I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. Everybody played, in this movie too, everybody played the role perfect. It's like, how do you get everybody to play the role perfect? You always have somebody fucking up, but they didn't fuck up.
Yeah, because even if they didn't resemble them too much, they still played them really well because...
They still just played it out. They played it well.
Ricky, the guy that played Ricky, didn't look like him.
He was as dark as him, but it's hard to find somebody to look like Ricky.
But the guy that played Mike, spot on. And Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Kid and the older one. Bobby Brown was spot on. The kid looked exactly like Bobby Brown. I don't know where the fuck they found this kid, When he was a
Wasn't
little
it
kid, he
the
looked
kid from Stranger
exactly like
Things?
him. No, the little kid that played Rock, the kid from Stranger Things played Ricky Bell.
Oh, okay.
But the Bobby Brown kid looked exactly like him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when we first watched it, I was like, God damn, like he got to be related to him. That's the only way.
Yeah,
He
no.
looked exactly like him.
Ralph Tresvant, the guy that played Ralph.
That's his name from now on. I don't care what his real name is.
Everything he's in Euphoria. You're like, hey, that's Ralph Tresvant.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I said. Like it's everybody did that shit perfect. That whole movie was perfect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching all three. All three parts of it were really good.
For a whole month straight, every day we watched that movie. When I got home, the kids was watching it like every day.
Did you watch it, Josh?
I didn't know there was one. They're just,
It was on
is it
BET.
recent? More recent?
Couple years.
No, it came out. I want to say like 2 years ago.
3 years ago. It
Well,
was
I mean,
on
but
BET.
it's not as old as like American Dream.
Oh, hell
you
no.
said because you said
Hell
the
no.
kid from Stranger Things. I'm like, okay, it's more.
Yeah.
Compared to that.
So they did the New Edition one, and then they did a Bobby Brown story using the exact same guy that played Bobby Brown as.
And I only watched that once. That one wasn't as good, but that one was like it was more fucked up.
Yeah,
it was more fucked. That one was more fucked. Like I don't need to see that one again.
Yeah,
because like his life was fucked up.
Yeah, it was definitely a good watch, but not a rewatchable.
Yeah, that's not a rewatchable.
What I didn't know was that Whitney was the one that got him hooked on drugs.
Right, and you know what's funny?
I thought it was the other way around.
My uncle told me that a long time ago.
Really?
My uncle told me that a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
Do you have to be? Because I wasn't really big on New Edition. Like, would you say like do you have to be in it, like a New Edition fan to really enjoy it, or is it?
I think that helps, but it's just like it's like watching Temptations. It's like I wasn't a fan of Temptations music like that, but the movie was good.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think it helps when you're a fan and you know the music and stuff. But to watch a biopic or watch a good film, it's worth watching it as a good film.
Okay.
So
you're like more connected off top if you know the music. But you'll just love the movie off top. You'll just love the movie regardless. But you have more of a connection when you know the music.
Yeah.
Wood Harris is in it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was like classic in there too. I fucking love that movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's number 2.
All right. My number 2, Spike Lee, Angela Bassett, Denzel Washington.
Malcolm X. Malcolm Little.
That's what I was about to say.
Shabbat.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I can't say for certain. I think I saw it in school and just didn't remember it. So I watched it again yesterday. And I only remembered a couple parts of it. So I'm kind of wondering if I even did see it. But that movie was fucking amazing.
I watch that movie like once a year.
It was long, but it covered so much, and I learned a lot from it too. Like I didn't realize he was such a heathen and a thug before he
was like fucked up before that.
Yeah. So
I'm
sleeping with white. Like he wanted to be white in a sense. Like he changed his hair. He wanted to be like I didn't know any of that about him.
Didn't they show him like he was kind of like the lightest out of his brothers and sisters or something?
He was pretty fair skinned.
He said it. He says it when he's telling the story about his mother and everything, because his mother was almost white. So when he tells the story, he kind of hints at that. It's not a big thing, but he kind of hints at it.
Yeah, because his mother's dad was white because he raped her mom.
Yeah,
and so that's where the whiteness came from.
I knew I think his mother resented him because he looked more like.
No, he don't say.
They didn't say that in the movie.
Oh, okay. Because I'm trying to read the book before I see the movie, and that's why.
Unless it says it in the book.
I'm not trying to read anything else.
Unless it's in the book and not in the movie. But she said he said she resented her skin because she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that's why his mother I don't know if resented him, but like kind of didn't pay as much as attention to him compared to his father.
Because
who
he was
liked him
lighter
because of
skinned.
was his father who liked him because he was lighter skinned. So like the stuff I'm reading right now, it's like, damn, this is really.
Well, yeah, you
like
in the book you're getting more details because they don't in the movie they don't really go that deep into it.
Okay.
So I mean, that could be factual too, because she did say she married a really dark black man so that way her kids would be black. So it could have been like, well, he didn't take on the blackness like his dad, and she had resentment towards her mother being raped by a white guy. So I mean, that does make sense if that was in fact true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was because they show him at the end, so you could see like how much lighter he was compared to Denzel. Not too much, but he was more fair skinned. But Angela Bassett looks exactly the fucking same.
She always looks the same.
I was looking at her like, woman,
she's a
like,
vampire. She don't fucking age. She does not fucking age.
And it's like, if she did have work done, it's not obvious work because
everybody should be looking at that surgeon because that's like the perfect job if it was.
Right. If she had work done, which I doubt. But I was just like, this fucking
black
woman.
don't crack. Yeah.
Man. At all.
But she still looked the same in fucking American Horror Story, and that came out a couple of years ago, or even like.
Today she looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't seen her
on Instagram,
but I believe you.
She still looks. You can barely tell the difference.
It didn't seem too much like a Spike Lee movie, and I think that had a lot to do with it too, because a lot of his movies you can tell they're Spike Lee films.
I mean, you can because you know how I can tell a Spike Lee movie is by the score.
Mm-hmm.
How he scores it. He doesn't. It's almost jazzy. Every movie he does it. Yeah. It's like always I don't want to say flutes, but it's some kind of high sounding instrument he uses for important scenes. He always uses that type of it's always that type of sound going with the music. I mean, with the
did he do his famous camera shot?
With the
okay. Yeah,
and then I noticed what he does too is he puts footage that doesn't necessarily go with that time period.
Yeah.
So like for Malcolm X, it shows Ali talking, and then it's showing clips of Rodney King. So obviously Rodney King was years after Malcolm X. And
he's letting you know the shit that was happening there is still going on there. Right the movie came out around the Rodney King time.
Yeah, and then Black Klansman, it shows, it takes place back in, I forget what time period, but it shows the Trump rally. So it's showing like you said, it's showing stuff is still going on now that people were dealing with back then. So so that is something that Spike Lee does, but
he got game.
And it was long, which is Spike Lee.
Is it kind of like he got game where it's like when they show somebody talking about it, they show clips of other people? Or do you? I'm sorry.
I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Did anybody see how he got game?
Because he does that a lot. Where like somebody be talking. And he'd be like Michael Jordan, and he'll be saying names, and then they'll show clips of that person.
Yeah.
Did he do that in this movie?
He did that in The Five Bloods. He did that when the son was in danger, and he was asking him like, "Where'd you go to school?" And then they showed him clips or pictures of the guy that was running track.
Yeah.
So so he does.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. What I like about Black Klansman is that at the end. At the end of the movie, he shows you like the story's finished, and then he shows you years later what's going on right now. So that's what I liked about it. To where it isn't like somebody's not monologuing and he's not showing all these clips. It's like he did what he had to do. The story was done, and then he's showing all like different clips of what's happening.
He does it at the end of Malcolm X
too.
Yeah, that's why I liked about Black Klansman, and then I do want to check out Malcolm X.
Yeah, it's just the way he shoots the scenes. It's like the way he lingers it on. I can tell when he's doing it. Like I said, they'll be playing that music, and it's like the conversation could probably end, but they're still talking about stuff that it's like it like when he's on a date with Angela Bassett, it's like the conversation they're having. It shows how they're trying to build some kind of like relationship.
Yeah, but no, that was a really good movie.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. So my number 2. All right, let's see. Jermaine, Tito,
American Dream.
yeah. And the fun thing is, I watched that I've watched that before I got into Jackson 5.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing with the Temptations. It's not, you don't have to necessarily know their music, but it does help.
Yeah,
but you don't. It doesn't. You don't necessarily have to know it.
No. And then later on when I started listening to it, and then I watched it, it made it more extra. Like, it was already a good movie, but it made it extra special because I was connected a little bit more with it.
Were you familiar with Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I was more familiar with the Moonwalker, and I thought it was the same kid because Jason Weaver kind of did remind me of what's his name, Brandon Jackson, Fool from People Under the Stairs.
Yeah.
So I was familiar with it, but not like I've always heard. I think people make jokes about Tito, Michael Jackson and Tito, but I didn't know who the other kids were.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the only movie.
It came from an Eddie Murphy joke when Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, delirious. Yeah.
That's how everybody makes fun of Tito.
But that's like it's like 4 hours long. I remember like I saw it during the time where they showed the whole movie in one day, and that's like it was like the longest movie I would ever watch because I was hella into it. I always liked those type of movies that came on. I think it was VH1, right? Or was it something else?
It always came on like VH1.
Yeah, so I think it was like the first long movie I would watch that was over an hour and 30 minutes. Like anything over an hour and 30 minutes was too long for me as a kid.
Yeah,
so that was a movie I liked watching. So that's number 2 of my favorite biopic, and I would still watch it. I mean, I might try to go back and watch it right now since I really.
I'll watch it at any time, at any motherfucking time.
Yeah, true.
So my number 1, Breaking and Entering, Fake Russian Roulette, Put Your Head in the Toilet Bowl.
Malcolm X.
I'm saying all 3 of these because Josh hasn't seen it, but he wants to know what the fuck I'm talking about.
See, I don't know what you're talking about, but
so that's a non-spoiler.
There you go. That's how you do a non-spoiler. Right? That's how you do it. You learning, see?
That is funny. You know what was dope about watching that movie too is seeing all the actors and being like, oh shit, that's so and so. Like, oh shit, that's so and so.
You know, Spike Lee he has his go-tos, so he always has like the same amount of actors.
There was so many people in there, and I was like, oh my god, like it's crazy. Like, you know, they've been around for a while, but to see them show up in there, because like, Homeboy with the Fake Russian Roulette is from all About the Benjamins and Tales from the Hood.
He's from hella movies. He's from hella movies.
Dude, Josh?
The light-skinned guy who's always fucked up. He's always an asshole.
Oh, yeah,
he's always like the Uncle Tom kind of.
Yeah.
And then what's his name from Breaking Bad? John Carlo Esposito.
He plays a Mexican. He plays a Latin dude, or he plays a black dude. He always flip-flop.
Gus from Breaking Bad.
So it's like all these people are popping up, and it's like, oh shit, that's so and so. So it was.
But
fun
that's like his go-tos. Spike Lee always has him. He always has that light-skinned guy. He always has who else is in there from Spike Lee movie? There's a lot of them. He always has these fucking go-tos. Yeah, Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel.
He always has his go-tos.
Gus was in whatever his name is. He was in what's called Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo.
Oh yeah.
Spike Lee uses him a lot too. Yeah.
Was it Clockers?
He's in Clockers. He's in Crooklyn.
Crooklyn,
yeah. A lot of them. Five Bloods.
Side note, did you hear what's his name was murdered? The guy from Set It Off.
Yeah. I put it on Facebook. It's fucked up.
The boss.
He's a good fucking actor.
The guy that played the boss on Set It Off that stole the money.
He plays Luther Janitorial.
Was he?
He said, "What you Mighty More from motherfucking Power Rangers?"
I'm trying to remember what he looks like because I know
he's
you're
in
talking
a few
about
Spike Lee movies too, but
he's in hella Spike Lee movies.
Yeah, he was shot and killed. They said,
and he got game. He got game. He was the pimp. He was like, "You looking at me with all this motherfucking familiarity?"
Okay. Oh shit, I didn't even recognize him. Yeah.
He just got killed in Atlanta.
Yeah. No.
Malcolm X. Thanks for your side note.
Sorry.
Yeah, Malcolm
I know
X.
we're gonna have to have a moment of silence. Video. I mean,
side notes.
I know. Yeah.
She said, side note, they're gonna get new curriculum. She was like, side note, you know that guy's dead, right?
I'm like, in the movie or like
right
now? Yeah.
Like, damn.
I thought about him because Spike Lee said something. He paid a tribute to him. That's why I thought about it.
Oh, that's cool if he did that. I didn't know about that.
My number one, I'm gonna say it fast because I know you guys are gonna know what it is right away. MC Ren, DJ
Dream.
Yella, and
Dr. NWA. NWA. I thought you would be disrespected by that movie because they didn't show Bone Thugs no love. They showed a tape.
Yeah.
He was like, I got this new Bone Thugs group. That was it.
But I was excited when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, Bone Thugs. That's all I needed.
They didn't even get a glimpse. A spinoff in the next movie. But
it would have been too much to get actors to play them, so it's
they could have got 4 niggas with braids, 5 niggas with braids, and
that wasn't important because they were focusing on the last moments of Eazy-E. Didn't need to. Well, it's good because they didn't even show.
They could have just had people. They could have just had guys with hair or cornrows and
just in the studio
and shoot them from the back.
In the studio for 2 seconds. That's it.
You could have somebody in the voice in the background, like rapping hella fast, like Busy or
anything,
or harmonizing.
Wait, would you be down if they have they ever done a biopic of Bone Thugs or?
It's coming. You
better
believe they're gonna do it.
The first one to watch it. So.
Did you watch the movie?
What movie?
The Bone Thugs movie they made.
It was them though.
They were.
Them? Was it about them?
They were. I think it was supposed to be about them. They was like Crazy Bone was like a drug dealer. You don't remember this shit?
No.
They had a movie. All of them were in it.
I think they just made a movie. I don't think it was about them. That's different. I would watch a movie.
I think it was about them. I think it was a movie starring them about them.
I mean, if they were, you think Tosh should be all up on that?
That's why I asked her.
Look for it.
It came on like I don't want to say BET. It came on one of them random channels. It was like, but it was a movie with them in it. It was like their story.
I will look for it for sure. I know Busy Bone was on. I forgot what the show was, but he was talking about how he was kidnapped when he was little.
Yeah, he was on what's it? America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
That's how they found him.
Yeah. So yeah.
But they had an actual movie though.
All right, I'm gonna look for it. I'll let you guys know next week if I found it.
I thought you watched that shit.
I will keep you guys posted for sure.
All right,
Josh. Last one.
All right, so
why are you laughing?
All right, so ready? All right.
Why are you laughing?
Suge Knight, MC Ren.
Oh, okay.
All eyes on me.
I was about to say that.
Ice Cube.
All eyes on me.
What's up?
All eyes on me.
Suge Knight, MC Ren, and Ice Cube.
Yeah, they were
straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
When you said Suge Knight, I was like, I thought it was All Eyes on Me.
I knew it was NWA because he laughed before he said it. Because he was like, all right, here we go. He laughed. I was like, it's NWA. But I was like, I'm going to say All Eyes on Me.
To say Suge Knight, Tupac, Death Row.
Snoop Dogg.
He was in it. All 3 were in it,
though. Snoop Dogg, too.
Because all 3 of them were in both of them. That would have been
all
hilarious.
3 were in there.
Yeah. I tried to keep it in, but I was like, nah. Not like straight out of Compton. I thought like they did a good job at like focusing not just on one person, but equally, like, except for like they put MC Ren and Yell in the background. It's kind of messed up, but the main
focus that's kind of how it was.
Yeah. It was more. It was Eazy-E, Ice Cube, or no, Eazy, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you would say that would be kind of like.
I would say the focus was probably more Eazy-E, but
yeah.
And then second would be Dre and Cube.
Yeah.
No, it was equally spread between them because if you think of the importance though, like who, like more so today, who do you? Dr. Dre's doing shit, Ice Cube's doing shit, Eazy-E's dead, so he has a legacy, but you don't hear nothing about Ren and
right.
Well, nah, but like there was a moment because Ice Cube went off and did his own thing, so there was a focus. There was more focus on MC Ren and Dre.
But wasn't MC Ren more so more of a writer than a rapper? So he was kind of behind the scenes.
MC Ren was a writer. Yeah, he was.
He was a rapper too.
Yeah. So he wrote with No, he rapped, but him.
Yeah,
and
he
Cube,
rapped,
him
but
and
he
Cube wrote
was
the
more
songs.
writer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, after Ice Cube left, he was writing more, and then you would see him rapping more.
Uh-huh.
Like you seen his face a lot after Ice Cube left.
Yeah, but he rapped. It was Dr. Dre that didn't rap too much because he was just a DJ, not DJ, but he
No,
wrote.
he was
he
rapping
did
too.
songs.
Yeah, he rapped too.
No,
Not good.
It's Straight Outta Compton. I don't think he rapped Straight Outta Compton.
Are you talking about in the movie?
No, I'm talking about like in songs like there's "Fuck the Police," "Straight Outta Compton," "Gangsta Gangsta." Those are like the three main songs I remember, and it was
I
like
think he raps and Express Yourself.
Cube does a.
He had Express Yourself. He was rapping and he's the one who dissed Ice Cube.
Yeah, no, it seems like and when Ice Cube left, Dre started rapping more, but when it was when
so
Cube
he
was there, it was
rapped,
like
just not all the time. Yeah.
No, I think it was the same.
I remember Cube, MC Ren, and Eazy-E. They like the Straight Outta Compton song. I remember it was Ice Cube's verse, MC Ren, and then Eazy-E.
I don't think Dr. Dre didn't really want to rap though, right?
He wasn't really. He was not a rapper.
I don't think he wanted to. I think
No,
he wanted to be more so the producer.
He's a producer.
He did rap though.
He did rap.
If it made sense to rap, he rapped.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think
like I said, when Cube left,
was kind of the same. Like he rapped, but he was also the writer. And then when Cube
he
left,
rapped more than he's a rapper more than Dre is though. When they first came out.
Yeah, but then when Cube left, he kind of was like more in the forefront. But people cared more about Ice Cube, so they didn't really pay attention to MC Ren, even though he was in the forefront.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to listen to an MC Ren CD, and it just he's cool on other people's shit, but his own solo stuff is not that good.
It's not good.
And the thing about Dr. Dre, what's it called, 2001, it's nothing but people featured on his songs. And he I don't think there's one song.
Like I said, it's more so even today. He only raps if it makes sense. It's not
I heard he
don't even write his shit.
Right.
No, that's what I heard. He don't write his shit. He
don't write nothing.
And the way he raps is okay. What's up?
Did you know that Jay-Z wrote oh my God, what is it still DRE?
Mm-hmm.
Still Dre?
Yeah, Jay-Z wrote that entire song.
He did?
Yeah. If you listen to the delivery, you can hear it.
Yeah. Still Dre.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm still kind of. I wonder how it would be. I wonder how it would be if Jay-Z sung that Still Dre. I know Dre did the beat. The beat was clean.
But if you listen to how Dre's saying it, the delivery, you can tell. All he has to do is say it. You can hear it.
Can I say? Would it be fuck? I don't really know Jay-Z that well. Like, would you say there's a song? Is there a song? Any songs that kind of sound similar to where Dr. Dre is rapping?
The way Jay-Z
song.
So, all right, well, that answers my question.
Jay-Z's delivery is how Dr. Dre's delivery. So yeah,
it's the exact same.
Okay.
But if you notice, Dr. Dre does that. You could tell who wrote it by how he delivers. Like if you listen to Forgot About Dre, Eminem wrote it by how he's saying the words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a chameleon.
Yeah.
That's why I say he only does it if it makes sense.
Because Dre, the song I know NW was 100 miles and running, and it seems like he's trying to go hardcore like Eazy or Ice Cube, because Ice Cube wasn't there anymore. That's one song I did like, 100 miles and running. Like, you ever heard that one?
Yeah, you said Ice Cube wasn't on there?
No. That's the song they're dissing Ice Cube.
The MC Ren wrote that.
Okay, he wrote it, but when you hear Dr. Dre rapping, it seems like he's trying to go all hardcore, like Ice Cube or Eazy-E.
But that's it. Their whole style was hardcore.
Of course, but you know what I mean. Like it was just like it's funny hearing like Dre do that because I heard that after I heard all his other songs with what's it called? Forgot About Dre or Still Dre, and he's rapping like he's talking, kind of to me. That's how I felt sometimes when he does that. Because I never thought he was a great rapper, but he was always a great producer, and that's why I thought he had hella people on his shit. Because it's like there was Corrupt.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a
smart man.
Yeah,
he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
He signed Eminem. He's like, man, this is a good move. He's not only a good rapper, he's a good white rapper. I can just lead him in the right direction.
He's a genius. He's a genius for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, that was a good top 5.
Yep.
Tell me when you've stopped recording.